All right, what's up, guys? Made dinner, got laundry in. I got 10 minutes on the clock, going through every weight, rapid fire, ready, let's go. Starting at 57 kilograms, we saw Luke Lilladall hit the lefty headlock on Spencer Lee after Spencer Lee did pin Anthony Knox in 45 seconds. Extremely impressive here by Luke Lilladall to come up in the clutch. Now we got to see Spencer Lee wrestle a little hurt at the World Team Trials. This is going to be a big one for him. I think Spencer Lee is used to wrestling with some injuries. Everybody does it. It's unfortunate Spencer Lee seems to always get a little bit of the short end of the stick when it comes to injuries. But I think that we see him versus Luke Lilladall in that matchup at Final X. We got Anthony Knox. I hope we get to see him wrestle again here. He's a top 7 finisher. Should see him at the World Team Trials as well. We unfortunately don't get to see Anthony Knox versus Antonio Mills. I wish we would have saw that one. Saw Eric Barnett take out Antonio Mills, tech fall. Let's move on. 61 kilograms. We got Marcus Blaze. He beat Ben Davino in the finals. Man, Jax Forrest, Cowboy RTC. I thought that they were going to get another one in the Final X series here with Jax Forrest. Was Zahid Valencia and Jax Forrest. Jax Forrest going through the World Team Trials for sure again. He took third. Took out DeSanto. We did see DeSanto on the side with Seth Gross there. Seth Gross medically forfeits out. He'll be in the 6th place spot, so he qualifies as well. I think Jax Forrest would like to see Austin DeSanto maybe beat Ben Davino for him. I think Jax Forrest obviously can beat Ben Davino. Didn't see that one coming. But whoever makes it will have Marcus Blaze in the best of 3 series at Final X. Moving on, 65 kilograms. It's the Bo Bassett show. He's the man. Pretty much just name him can of whoop ass guy. He beat Joey McKenna in the finals. Joey McKenna unfortunately got hurt in the first 8 seconds of that match. I think Bo Bassett got in extremely easy right away, which was a bit surprising. Went to drop down on the single. Looked like a little MCL tweak for McKenna. Obviously affected him throughout the match, but honestly, I think Bo Bassett would have probably got the dub there. I think that everybody needs to note here that Adam Valencia is probably going to be the guy to need to get through World Team Trials. But looking at it now, he was not a top 7 finisher, but he was a NCAA champion, so he will be at the World Team Trials. Along with David Evans, who's a legit freestyler as well, we've come to realize he took 4th. We got Jesse Mendez, who will be at the World Team Trials as well. We got Vito, who did get the 7th place spot as well here, as well as being a previous world medalist. I think Bo Bassett's most impressive win of this weekend was teching Bo Bartlett in 3 minutes and 38 seconds. I think a huge thing to note is Bo Bassett gets on and off the mat so dang fast. He stays fresh. He can keep his pace up. I think that him being in Final X is an absolute cheat code. He'll have Real Woods, who's also in Final X, So Real Woods will also be fresh and ready to go. Obviously, I think that Real Woods is a formidable opponent, but who's going to be the best guy to beat the Iranian Amuzad? I think that Bo Bassett is going to be the guy for us. 70 kilograms, a fun one. Ridge Lovett takes out Caleb Henson. I think Ridge Lovett, nasty with the head pinch. He can hit it on anybody in the world. Watching him do it to Caleb Henson, who's an absolute brick house, to say the least. He's a mass to move, and he couldn't stop it. That's for sure. Alec Pantaleo, he's in the 5th spot. I think he's a guy, extreme expertise on the international level. Melvin Miller qualifies for World Team Trials. He takes 4th. Shout out to him. I think he wrestled 5 or 6 matches in seniors, if not more. Obviously didn't get to the U20 finals or win that bracket, but I think he's going to run it back and win that one. Jordan Williams, great showing. He takes 3rd, and pretty big one for him. After not getting the nod from Iowa, I think that's huge for his morale and good for him moment. I would love to see James Green make another world team. Greasy, a lace man, he got paid this weekend. He took out Cam Amin 2-1 in the semis after Cam Amin was red hot after beating David Carr 6-3. This wasn't, I don't think, the A game. David Carr, I think that when it comes to World Team Trials, it's the real deal. He's going to put it together, but he's got the young gun, Joe Seeley, who took him out as well. David Carr was on an 8-match win streak, takes 2 losses this weekend. We'll have Quincy Monday also in that World Team Trials bracket. 74 kilograms, just a big shake-up weight. Huge advantage now. James Green will be sitting in Final X, doesn't have to go through the World Team Trials tournament. Huge advantage. He's an older guy. I think that he's healthy at 74 kilograms. He made it through this tournament unscathed. Didn't look like he took any injuries. He had a lot of close matches. He had a 3-2 match with Joe Seeley. He had a 2-1 match with Cam Amin, 5-3 with Cannon Webster, who Cannon Webster was an absolute dog this weekend. He's probably the best hand fighter at the weight. That I did not anticipate him being this good at freestyle. But he's very, very stingy, very hard to score on. You can tell by the scores of his matches. He gave up 1 point in his match with Bryson Donian, gave up 1 point in his match with Jared Jack Hughes. Quincy Monday only scored 4 on him. James Green scored 5. And an absolute dog on the freestyle scene with a lot of years to come. Greasy in Final X. Let's move on to 79 kilograms. Chance Marsteller, the technical savant, the Kerry Colott protege. I've heard some say, Evan Wick was able to get in on shots on him. Chance Marsteller hit the old rubber knee, had a great tournament, did not get scored on until the finals until he wrestled Evan Wick, and I think Evan Wick was getting him pretty tired there, and that'll be another one to look out for in the future. Chance Marsteller does take on Levi Haynes in Final X. Unfortunately, this weight class is pretty much closed up World Team Trials wise. Patrick Kennedy had another great showing on the freestyle scene. He had some quick techs, man. He had a minute 56 tech. He had a 14-1, 3-minute 20-second tech. Bernie Truex teched him in 3:18, and he went the distance with Marsteller. So I would like to give a shout out to the work boot man. Put your car hard on, Patrick Kennedy. I think that he is a guy that in years to come, staying at the Hawkeye Training Center, he's going to be solid. Let's go 86 kilograms. All right, this is kind of one that was a little less fun, too predictable, but it's Kid Dynamite. Kyle Dake takes it 8-2 over Parker Keckeisen. It's a tough puzzle for Parker Keckeisen to figure out right now. Kyle Dake gets a lead, and it's so hard to score on him. Once you're in on his leg, you're in chest wrap city. He's super hard even when you're on a single leg. He's only giving up push-outs, actually scoring 2 to 4 points on him. Extremely difficult. We saw Takatani Daichi kind of figure it out, elevating his leg when he got a head inside single, but pretty much have to do that immediately or catch Kyle Dake on an off game with his shot defense. Sinclair gave him a good match, 6-1. I think Sinclair is going to be a guy at World Team Trials who's fun to watch, and he'll be the future of this weight class. He took 3rd. Kai Lewis made his comeback here, but he did not qualify for the World Team Trials. I believe he took 8th. And Rylan Rogers, great tournament here. Rocco Welsh ended up in the 6th place spot after forfeiting out. Like I said, I think Sinclair is still getting bigger. I think he could move all the way up to 97 kilograms in the next 2 to 3 years after Kyle Dake, or Kyle Snyder is done at that weight eventually, but for the foreseeable future, Aiden Sinclair is going to be a dog in this weight class, fighting with Parker Keckeisen and 2 Wisconsin guys getting after it. All right, 92 kilograms. Mike Machiavello, he beats Josh Barr. He beats him 4-1. Josh Barr got a little dinged up. Looked like an LCL to me. I think that Dustin Plott is another super solid guy. He took his bumps against Keckeisen in his collegiate career. Mikey Machiavello had lost to him 2 times before finally beating this time 4-3. Mike Mock seems like a guy who just shows up every time, comes to play, and today was his day. He'll be in Final X as well. He will have Trent Hidlay, and that will be a tough one for him. I think Trent Hidlay is red hot still. The underhook menace, he's spamming them, and I think that Trent Hidlay will probably be the rep at 92. 97 kilograms, Stephen Buchanan. All right, everybody who entered this weight class right here, they knew they would have to wrestle Kyle Snyder at Final X. Stephen Buchanan wins it 5-3 over Hayden Zilmer. Hayden Zilmer and Jay Allo had a close match in the semis, 5-4. I mean, these are 2 guys probably who are unsung heroes on Team USA. always in the room, probably showing up. Well, obviously, I've never been there before, but just from what you can see, these guys are super consistent. Jay Ello takes third. I think that Hayden Zilmer, it's kind of an interesting debacle with him moving up from 125 to 97. You know, he's going all in 190 or 97, and you know he gave it a good run here um, against Stephen Buchanan. All right, moving on now to the big boys. It's Captain America, Wyatt Hendrickson. Man, this dude didn't even want to be on the mat this weekend. 27-second fall, minute 23 tech, 16-second tech against Anthony Cassiope in the quarters. Yeah, the only match that made it out of the first period was actually his first match against Devon Dawson from Northern Illinois. So shout out to him, and we'll see if anybody has an answer for him after making it through the World Team Trials. Who could make it? Anthony Cassiope took third. We got Jimmy Mullen. He took fifth. Kobe Merrill had a great showing. Obviously beat Mason Paris, who is obviously another guy who's given Hendrickson some fits, but I think Hendrickson is just getting better at the Cowboy RTC. Going to be tough to beat. You know, a lot of implications here from the guys who shook things up. James Green, he's in Final X, an older guy. Luke Lillidahl, he is healthy in Final X. Spencer Lee's got to go through the World Team Trials. You know, I think David Carr has got to show a level of consistency at the World Team Trials. I think USA is in a great spot. Thank you guys for watching. I don't know how many minutes that was, but I think it was close to 10. Peace.